Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond Loss, Loving Life with Karen Chaston. I'm Karen Chaston and it's so great to be here as always on Monday and Thursdays. So what are we going to talk about today? So first of all, I am going to, as always, draw a card for everyone. Please, when you come online, let me know where you are and how you're going. But today, as always, I am going to draw a card from the beautiful spiritual guidance cards by Marcia Quinton. So I only draw one card. If you've been here before or if you haven't, one card per show. I help people to move beyond any kind of loss and create their better everyday life. And that's what I love to do. But as always, we're going to do, they're all going everywhere. I'm going to draw one card and let's see. So let me know where you're from in the comments, in the chat. And what is the card going to be today? What do you reckon? Top or bottom? Top or bottom? Top or bottom? Okay, I'm going to pick from the top. Oh my God, what a perfect card. Just have a look at that. I'm going to bring that right in close. This is unconditional love. Okay, as I said, they are from these beautiful cards, channeled spiritual guidance cards from Marcia Quinton. But here we are, unconditional love. Just look at that beautiful photo. Isn't it amazing? Let me know. So, unconditional love. You have been touched by the power of unconditional love. The flower represents love, the balance of your life, and the flower of your heart has opened. Your heart has awakened to the vibration of unconditional love. The frequency of the soul has given birth to this power of love that flows from within and completely surrounds you. It is powerful and magical with an added gift of healing, a gentle element for all souls in life around you, whom you touch, see, and know. Love is a healer and spreads out its radiance, light, and energy. This divine gift flows like a river from your soul, holding them in a warm, magical embrace. Isn't that an amazing card for today? Okay, so let me just have a look at the beautiful notes. Hello, Valerie from Western Australia. I don't do cards individually. You may have missed that. I do one card for the group for people live and also in the replay. So understand if you don't choose to stick around, but who knows? Everyone has loss in their life, and that's what I help people to do. Let me just move my camera over a little bit so I can read these more easily. Let me come over here. Okay, let me just maybe move it all down here, and then I move back here. All these little things you got to do to make sure everything works right. Okay. Hello, Jessica from Bundy. Hope all is well up there. Donna, I lost my husband 3 years ago and I'm finding it hard to move forward. Donna, okay, you're in the right place. Right. I am going to, at the end of my little show, I always talk about my book, which is here, Demystifying Loss, which is an international bestseller that will really assist you to come back to you. We are on this spiritual journey. We're all humans at the moment, but we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. And we, come into this world alone and we leave alone, and it's the only person we spend 24/7 with is ourselves. So, and loss of any kind, which I'll talk about in a sec, is never, ever easy. But it's always about you coming back to you, no matter what loss is coming to your life. And this book will definitely assist you, Donna. And, my heartfelt condolences about, your husband passing 3 years ago. But we are all on this journey. And I really do feel that this book helps to assist with our lack of loss intelligence, because most of us don't know what to say. We don't know what to do. We end up, suffering in silence because people don't understand. And it does affect our health, our quality of our life, our relationships. So I highly recommend that you grab that. Just go to the Chaston Centre. You can see the Chaston Centre up the top there. Just go to the Chaston Centre. You'll see a bookshelf and you can buy the book there. It lists all the different places where you can purchase the book from. It will assist you. Or, of course, I am more than happy to have a conversation with you. I will type my email address in here. It's karen@karenchaston.com.au. So, feel free, just at the top of the email, just put in, you saw me on this platform. More than happy to have a chat with you and to assist you. Yeah. Okay. So, Jessica, for some reason, I knew it was going to be a loved one. Yeah, isn't it nice? I love unconditional love. And it's that probably time of year. Hi, Wendy from Wagga. Hi, Kate. And then I've just typed that in. Okay. So, what are we going to talk about today? So, let me just bring this up. Yep, there we are. Right. For people who haven't seen me before, I believe that our life is a constant journey, an infinite journey from love to loss. And whilst most of us know how to love, not many of us know how to move easily beyond loss. We get stuck. We end up on the ground wondering how the hell are we going to get up from here. And, most people don't understand it. We have that lack of loss intelligence. So it really does affect the way that we can move forward. And that's what I love to do, is assist people to know how to get back into love and out of loss. There are over 40 different loss events that will affect all of our lives. So none of us are really going to not experience some sort of loss in our lives. So here's a list. And as you can see, there's quite a lot. A lot of it's change. And because we don't know how to assist ourselves and assist others with it, we get into that sort of, what's wrong with you? Why am I feeling like this? We're in a grief causing situation and we're not aware of it, because a lot of us think loss is death, but there's not. As you can see, there is so many more things to be able to do that. Donna, thanks for saying thank you. Please reach out. It's not about me selling a book, believe me. It's about me assisting you to be able to come back to you. And that's what I've found with every single person that I have had the privilege of working with, is we lose our identity through this journey we all call life. It slowly chips away. Don't act like that. Don't be that person. It starts right from the time we were born. Don't behave that way. This is the way we want you to be. So we slowly lose a little bit of us. And before we know it, we don't even know who we are. And that's what I really love to assist people to do. But today, what I want to talk about is, today's the 6th of January, 2022. And I'm a great person in learning from the past, not living in the past, but learning from the past, so that then we can move forward in a most amazing day. And I highly recommend that you actually carve out some time so that you can sit down and gather your lessons from 2021. There may be some that are similar to mine, or there may be completely different ones, but there are lessons, even in the hard times that we've all been experiencing last year and in 2020. It's really important for you to actually be doing this. Malia, I'll just bring this up. I haven't read it, but it looks quite interesting, seeing you've started with, oh my God. Okay, wait on. I've brought up my first one, but let me show this first. Oh my God, I'm literally journeying about this at the moment, feeling so lost about who I actually am. How do I come back to me when I'm not sure which parts to actually come back to? It's so true, Malia. We all do this. We all lose ourselves. And, sometimes we look in the mirror and we go, oh my God, who am I? What happens? I don't do readings. I give advice on how people can move beyond loss. So stick around or don't stick around, but I'm sure you'll learn. Okay. So, Malia, you've got my email address up there. Happy to have a quick chat to assist you on how you can come back to you and find out who you are. So, my first number one lesson from 2021 is to make heart choices. Right. Now, what is a heart choice? So, a heart choice is when your head is telling you that there is no way you should ever be doing what you're about to do, but your heart is telling you this is the best thing for you. Always choose your heart over your head. I can tell you right now, I hopped on a plane from the Gold Coast to go to Sydney on the 23rd of June in 2021 it was a heart choice. I had my daughter-in-law phoning me going, don't go, you're going to get locked out of Queensland. And I was locked out of Queensland for 6 weeks. Well, it was 8 weeks in total because I had 2 weeks in hotel quarantine. But it was the best choice I ever made because my relationship with my daughter, who I adopted out when I was 16, I'm now 64, and she's been in my life for over 20 years. But we were never going anywhere. We were sort of an up and down relationship, as you may imagine. But that choice brought us to the space where I really always wanted to be with her. So I'm telling you now, the universe will always look after you when you make a heart choice. And it's for your head's going to be going 100 miles an hour. You know, the shitty bitty committee that's in your head is really going to be telling you, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But I'm telling you now, it will be the best thing. And when you look back at it, you'll go, oh my God, I am so grateful that I listened to my heart and not my head. Now, there is a saying that says the longest journey you will ever take will be from your head to your heart. So take the journey. That is the best lesson from my perspective that I can give to you in moving forward into our new beautiful year. Okay, the second one is, I've got 10 of them. So the second one is perspective, your perspective, right? It's really important that when you have your perspective, whether it's a perspective about what a conversation was or about what just happened or whatever it is, clarify. Clarify your perspective with the other person. It doesn't matter who they are. Ask them, well, what did you just hear? What did you just see? You know, what's this about? Through clarity, through you actually making sure that you are both seeing, hearing, feeling the same thing. It's so important. Believe me, that, you know, my daughter and my 20-year journey was this lack of perspective, this lack of us seeing. I would say A and she would hear Z. And it was only through us having these conversations that we really started to realize how important it is for you to start to clarify. If someone reacts differently to the way you thought they do, don't just brush it off and say, well, that's them. Say, what did you just hear? You know, because that's not what I said, because I think you've misinterpreted. I highly recommend. This is the most amazing thing you can do. The next one is vulnerability. It's not easy. It's not easy. But the more vulnerable you are, the more that you put yourself out there, the more that you will connect with people. And I feel that at the end of the day, we're all here to connect with people, not just our family and friends, but with all people, to really reach out and to be vulnerable around them. Because when you're vulnerable, your heart is open. And when your heart is open, their heart will feel the energy of your heart coming towards them. And that's what we're about. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you. Being vulnerable is not easy. But the more that you actually do it, the easier it does become. It's like with everything. You know, we all couldn't walk at one stage. You know, we just do it. We don't even think about it. It's just an innate thing that we all just got up one day and started walking. And so that's what it's saying. I'm just going to read Jessica's thing. I'm going to bring it up here. I haven't read it, so let's read it all together. I feel weird because of the fact I don't feel lost too much after a week or so. It's like a mental block after a few days. I have empathy for people that are passing, but once they go, it's a case of, great, we've crossed paths, have a safe journey in the afterlife, and whatever happens next. Mind you, I've had so many losses, it's got to a point where I refuse to go to any more funerals. Interesting perspective, Jessica. And, you know, I'm not going to criticize your perspective at all. But this is what I would like to say. I totally agree with everything you said, in the fact that they've gone on to their next adventure. You've put, you know, that they've gone on to a safe journey in the afterlife. I honestly believe that. I have a son who's on the other side. The only thing that is the funerals, right? And I'm going to go into this. Now, I break down funerals. I love to break down words. If you've seen me before, you will actually know that I love to break down words. And funerals is a really good word to break down. So, first 3 letters, fun. Funerals are not fun. And then you could go fun for alls. So if you just put a apostrophe after the for all. So the funerals should be fun for all. They're a celebration of life. They're not this dirge that they have seemed to have become. But I totally agree. I just feel that a funeral is a way that you can celebrate the life. I totally understand why you have chosen not to go to funerals, but I totally agree in everything else that you've said. When people pass, they're going on to their next adventure. It's the people who are left behind who are suffering, who are not sure how they're going to live without this person. The other person has gone on to they're continuing their spiritual journey, and they're doing their life review. They're catching up with past loved ones. They're actually saying, well, this is what I set out to do. What did I do? How bad was it? How good was it? And that's what we're all going to do when we pass. But I totally agree. And it's, you said I feel weird. That's a choice. I don't like the word weird because, what is weird? What is weird? Like, what's right for me may be a little bit strange for you. But Jessica, thank you for writing that. I totally actually love it. And it's not about us suffering forever and ever, ever. It's about us realizing that we are the only person we're going to spend 24/7 with. It's about us realizing that we all have hopes, dreams, and aspirations. And the more that we create them and make sure that they happen, the more that we can assist others to, live their most ideal life as well. So, yeah, totally agree. Next one, number 4, let me get over here, is enjoy the little things. Every relationship in your life, it's the little things. There's a show that's called A Million Little Things, and it's all about friendships. And it's such a great show. I highly recommend it if you haven't watched it. But enjoy the little things because they truly are the things that you will remember at the end of the day. It won't be all of the expensive hotels and this and that and all the travel. Sure, they're all great, but it's the little things. It's the moments where you have this laughter together. It's the moments where you share, an inside joke together, or there's a moment where you just sort of will actually just love being there. It's the silence. Isn't it amazing when you have someone in your life where you are all comfortable in the silences? So it is about you understanding to enjoy those little things. As I said, I went to Sydney for 6 weeks. I was in lockdown, but every single day, because we were in the same LGA, my daughter and I got to walk on the northern beaches in Sydney. And it's those little things. We even valued the fact that we could actually sit down at a park bench for an hour and talk. Now, that's a little thing. It would have been something we would never, ever have done before, but we really value that now. Hi, Jacqueline, nice to see you. The next one, keep educating yourself. That is the key to life. The more that we educate ourselves, the more that we grow, our perspective grows. Everything in our life will be amazing. And we don't know what we don't know. So I highly recommend that that's what you focus on for 2022. Just now, figure out what you want to learn, how you want to grow. It could be in any area of your life. It doesn't always have to be from a professional sort of space. It can be, I want to improve my relationships with my children, or I want to improve this relationship, or I want to do this. It can be in so many different areas. It could be in cooking. It could be in whatever, sewing, whatever. Just do it. Hi, Marley. I've just come from the Northern Beaches. What a beautiful place to connect. It is a beautiful place to connect. Amazing. And, from the Gold Coast to the Northern Beaches, they're very, very similar in many, many ways. Breathe. This is the best lesson anyone can learn, is a lot of the time we don't breathe. We shallow breathe. We're not taught how to breathe, which is quite ridiculous because our life without breath is nothing. We won't have a life without breath. So the more you breathe deep down into your belly, where your intuition lives, where the nerve endings to the vagus nerve, which goes all the way up to your hypothalamus. So when you breathe deep into your belly, you are activating your 3 brains, your mind, your heart, and your gut. So your mind, body, and soul. That's what you're activating. So the more that you consciously, I call it a conscious loving breath, the more that you breathe, the more that you will live the most amazing life. Take a breath before you ask or answer a question. Take a breath before you give a response when someone asks you to do something. And that is the best advice I can ever do. Because if you are continually saying yes to others and in the process saying no to yourself, take that breath and choose you all the time. That is the most important lesson that anyone can take into this new year. Okay, 10 more minutes. Fun. Have fun. Have fun. Laugh. If you're feeling a little bit down, just put on your favorite comedy. If you're feeling like you're sad and lonely, start laughing. You can literally, with a laughter, you can fake it till you make it. You can just start laughing and it's infectious and you'll be amazed. If there's tension in the room, if you're in the middle of the fight with someone, the great advice you can say is actually say, I love you. And the second thing you can say is just start laughing. Yeah, and exactly right. I love the fact, Marley, that you says dance is fun, because that is exactly what the next one is. Dance, 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 dance. Never, ever, ever stop dancing. That should be everyone's motto in life, because it's amazing how great you feel, how energized you feel, how you actually start to go, oh my God, this is the best thing that you can ever do. Thank you, Malia. I'm really glad that you actually said, oh, amazing. And it is. This is, dance is so much fun. You can dance like no one is watching. We've all heard that before. But more importantly, you can even sing to yourself. Like I don't have singing here, but laughter, singing, dance, they are the most important things that you can do for your body. And what happens is they invoke every single sense in your body, even your sixth sense. They also get every single cell in your body tingling. They feel alive. And sometimes we can, just be so overwhelmed with life, especially the last couple of years. It's been tough on us all if we choose it to be tough, but we can change our attitude. We can change our perspective. We can become more positive. Instead of just looking at the negative, look at the lessons. Look at the lessons. There is always lessons in life. And that's what this is about today, is just helping you to maybe change your perspective, to just go, okay, this is what I see. Excuse me. What am I missing? Like, what's another way to look at this? What is there? We live in an infinite world, right? Infinite possibilities. And so often we get so focused on this is the only way, this is the only viewpoint. But when you start to look at things, okay, what's another way of looking at this? Even lie on the ground with your feet up the wall. That will give you a different perspective. I know it sounds really ridiculous, but I'm telling you now, when you start a practice of actually lying on the wall, put your bum to the wall and your legs straight up, you will literally start to see things differently. You have to, because you're upside down. You you're seeing things differently. So you will get a different point of view. If you ever have a problem and you feel a little overwhelmed, seriously, lie on your back, put your bum on the wall, your legs up the wall, and you will start to see things differently. Do those deep breaths and maybe even ask a question and actually go, okay, what's a different way to look at this? What am I missing here? Is there something that I need to know that I don't know? Ask these questions, which just so happens to be questions. Now, the quality of your life always comes down to the quality of the questions that you're asking yourself. And I know that this really sounds quite ridiculous, but so often we don't take the time to breathe, to have our me time, to sit down and actually go, right, what is, important in my life, and deep dive into all areas of your life. And in the Chaston Center model, we have 9 areas of life. And so often we just look at our overall, but we don't deep dive into, what is important for me mentally, what is important for me financially, physically, spiritually, what's important for me in my relationships, in my friendships, professionally, environmentally. So often we just don't deep dive into all areas of our life. We just do it overall. But the more that we deep dive into each area of the life, and the more that we deep dive into our questions and we ask those things, what is it that I want to keep doing it? What is it that I want to stop doing it? What is it that I want to start doing? It's really important for you to understand that the quality of the questions always will come down to the quality of your life. Because for every question, there is an answer waiting to be revealed. And for every answer revealed, there's an action step waiting to be taken. And for every action step, that you are moving one step closer to your ideal dream life. So remember that. Start to ask yourself those questions. And from there, always remember that you are an imperfect perfection. We aim for that perfection, but we forget the fact that we are all imperfectly perfect. So remember that. Now, I hope that's worse. I'm missing something. LOL. Think it's living in the moment. It's so, Emma, thanks for all your comments today. I really appreciate everyone commenting. It's a bit hard to go live if you don't get any comments back and any feedback back. But it is all about learning from all of your past and realize it. It's funny that Emma has just said, I'm missing something, LOL. Think it's living in the moment. And you know what? There's a great saying, I think it was Robert Holden, who's an English sort of philosopher, modern day philosopher. And he actually said, if you feel like there's something missing in your life, maybe that something is you. And when I heard this, it's probably about 6-8 years ago, something like that. And it really hit home because I was more so in my corporate life then. I was more in transition, but I was very much still in my ego, in that sort of mindset. And it really hit home. And I thought, you know what? I am so unfulfilled from the outside. Everyone would look at me and they go, wow, look how successful he is. She's got the job, the car, the house, the kids, the overseas trip, the salary, yada, yada, yada. But I was unfulfilled within myself and there was something missing. And it was me. It was my authentic self. It truly is me understanding that I wasn't being me. And so often we're not being me. And as we come into the start of this new year, like we're 6 days in, I really hope that you can do this exercise for yourself. Sure, you may not display it the way I've displayed it, but you may be going to present it to someone else. I don't know. But this is the lessons that I wanted to come up with 10 lessons, and I really wanted to put it together like this so that you could actually see how amazing it is that we can all learn from last year. We don't have to live in last year. We can bring ourselves into the thing. And I hope that works. I'm nearly out of time. But anyway, I hope that you really enjoyed this. Thank you, Emma, for saying yes, that gave me chills. And big lessons of freedom and peace. It's in me. I just had to take control. We all have to take control. We all have to set our boundaries. We all have to decide what's right for us. And we all really do become back, as I said, make heart choices, clarify, be vulnerable, enjoy the little things, keep educating yourself, breathe, have fun, laughter, dancing, ask yourself your questions, and always remember that you are imperfectly perfect. And that's exactly the way we were designed to be. We live in a very, very dense world with a lot of things going on where we have a lot of people trying to spread fear and, control and all that sort of stuff. But it is about us knowing and being true to who we are. Thank you, Malia. Now, as always, I highly recommend everyone who, to read this book. Even if you have no great loss at the moment in your life, loss will come. There are over 40 different things. This is a really, truly, it's a guide. It's an amazing guide. I give it all to you. How you can truly live and love after any kind of loss. It is a life-changing philosophy, and you can always you can purchase it from my bookshelf on the Chaston Centre, where you can go to Amazon, or I can send it to you, whatever you choose to be, or you can download it on Kindle. So as always, we have come. Let me get myself back here. It doesn't want. Yep, I am back here. So we've come to the end of my show again. Truly, if you'd like to reach out to me, I have given you my email address. If you want to go to the Chaston Centre here, I'll just paste that in there so that you can go direct to the bookshelf. Entirely up to you. Totally understand. And thank you all. Thank you all for playing with me. Thank you, Jackie. Okay, that's it for now. Bye, everyone.